Hey everyone! Today we're going to break down a really crucial but honestly often misunderstood part of life insurance liquidity. Getting a handle on this one concept can totally change the way you think about your policy.
Most of us see life insurance as this safety net for way down the road, right? Something that only pays out in the future. But what if you run into a financial pinch right now? Can that policy you're paying for every month actually do anything to help you today? And that question gets to the heart of a huge problem. You might have this really valuable asset on paper, but it's not money in your hand. That lack of access can really hamstring your financial flexibility, especially during an emergency, and that causes a ton of stress. So, what's the answer here? Well, it all boils down to one simple idea: liquidity. This is the absolute key to unlocking real financial flexibility from your policy. So, what does that really mean? Just think of it like this. Liquidity is all about how quickly and easily you can turn your policy's value into actual spendable cash for whatever you need in the short term. It's the on-ramp to your money.
Okay, now this is super important to get. The amount of liquidity you have can be wildly different depending on the kind of policy you own. When it comes to accessing your cash, not all life insurance is created equal, not by a long shot.
Let's just look at the difference here. On one end of the spectrum, you have whole life insurance. It generally has high liquidity because it's specifically designed to build up a cash value that you can borrow against. Then, way over on the other end, you've got term life, which has zero liquidity. It's just pure insurance, no cash value component at all. Universal life? That usually lands somewhere in the middle, offering a bit more flexibility than term. So here's the bottom line, the one thing you really need to remember. If you want the option to get cash from your life insurance, you need a policy that actually has a cash value component. That's the engine that makes the whole liquidity thing work.
Okay, but why does any of this matter? Well, because when your policy has liquidity, it becomes so much more than just a safety net for your family. It turns into a flexible financial tool that you can actually use while you're living.
Having a liquid policy just gives you options. You could tap into that cash value to handle a sudden medical bill or a major home repair, or maybe a great investment opportunity pops up out of nowhere. You could even use it to supplement your income when you retire. It's a financial cushion for all the curveballs life throws at you.
All right, so what if you're sitting there thinking, my policy doesn't feel very flexible? What can you actually do about it? Let's walk through how you can approach this to get more financial control. A really solid approach usually has 3 steps. First, you've got to do a deep dive, a full review of your current policy to see exactly what you're working with. Second, based on your goals, you develop a custom solution. And third, you put that strategy into action with some professional support to make sure it's done right.
Of course, the minute we start talking about making changes, a totally natural question comes up. What's this going to cost me? And it's really important to understand what any changes might mean for your wallet.
And that's a fair concern. The goal of any smart strategy should be to squeeze the most value out of your policy for the lowest possible cost. It's all about finding that affordable path to more flexibility, but without gutting the core benefits of your policy.
The very first step toward having more financial control is just understanding what your options are. If you're even a little curious about what might be possible with your policy, it's definitely worth looking into.
And that's where we at the Annuity Expert can help out. We can help you compare different life insurance policies and really understand your liquidity options. And by the way, our services are always completely free. Feel free to give us a call for a free consultation. The number is 770-755-1565.
Or you can always visit us online and find more resources at annuityexpertadvice.com. Honestly, understanding your policy's liquidity is the real key to unlocking its full potential. Thanks for tuning in.